Hi everybody, Beth Miller, Modern Intuitive Therapist. This is part 2 in a series that I'm doing about trust, where I'm teaching you about trusting yourself, trusting others, and trusting the divine flow so that you can use trust or radical trust as a bridge to go from where you are to where you want to go, to coping with your problems and manifesting what you desire instead, when positivity alone will not help you get there. When positivity has collapsed, you need to be able to rely on something else, and this reroutes us back to asking ourselves, do I really trust in myself, trust in others, and trust in the divine flow in order to be able to get from where I am to where I want to go? So, why is it so important to trust ourselves? What is that about? When we don't trust in ourselves, in this being who we are, our own capability, our adaptability, our resiliency, our strength, then all of our efforts, our forward action movement, our energy, our happiness, all collapses. When we don't feel like we are strong, capable, resilient, adaptable, and tough, we will shy away from things. We will choose not to take steps that we know might benefit us. We will try to control life to prevent it from upsetting us in different ways. We won't get in the game as much as we need to. So this trust in ourselves is absolutely essential. So one of the first things that I'd like you to do is to ask yourself, when and how did my trust in myself begin to erode? What are the times in my life, if I don't trust myself 100% and fully, when in my life did I stop trusting myself? Did things occur over time, or was it one big incident that caused me to doubt my own capability, my own resiliency, my own power? After you have come up with when that happened, and it may be several incidents that you may need to write down just so you can see them on paper, what happened and what did you start doubting about yourself? I'd like you to also think of this. Most people will either shy away from life or try to control life or not take the big steps that really would benefit them in life because they doubt their ability to be able to cope with difficult emotions. Most people will find life to be frightening, or the problems that happen, if we have a family member that's sick, if somebody's lost their job, those problems that happen will rock us because we doubt our ability to cope with difficult things. And the thing is, the chances are that you probably can deal with very difficult things. As a matter of fact, there's probably great evidence to say from your past that you know how to cope with difficult things, but because it was unpleasant or painful in the past when difficult things happen, you now don't want to feel those feelings. So you'll try to shy away from them. You'll try to control life so you don't have to feel things that are hard for you. You'll not take action steps that could possibly cause you pain or fear. And yet, that's exactly what we need to do. We must be able to recognize that we can cope with all of the difficulties and all of the pain in life. And if we can't, go find a teacher, a therapist that can give you exactly the skills to emotionally regulate, to tolerate distress, to get through hard moments, because those skills are either already within you, but you're not using them, or you just need to be taught them, and that's all. And the third thing that I'd really like you to keep in mind when it comes to trusting yourself is that we have to forgive ourselves for the times that we did not follow through on our own intuitive voice, the times that we didn't really listen to our gut, when we weren't tuned in, or when we actually made choices that seemed like they backfired. Very often they didn't backfire. Very often these choices that we made are exactly the ones we did need to make or could make at the time, even if the results didn't come out perfectly. So we need to forgive ourselves for the times that it seems like we made choices or we made mistakes, and instead say, okay, why did I do those things? How did that make sense at the time? And I forgive myself so that I can move forward. Because if I try to move forward by looking in the rearview mirror, I'm going to be crashing a whole lot. The fourth thing I'd like you to do is this. Begin to practice telling yourself how much you trust yourself. Your birthright is to understand and to know that you are a powerful, strong, capable divine being that has essential creative powers. You must be able to trust in yourself in order to use those powers. And so what I'm going to ask you to do is every day, as often as you possibly can remember, maybe you need to put some notes around your house to remind yourself, is to write, I trust myself. I trust in myself. I trust in my own resiliency, my own strength, my own capability, my own creative power. I trust that I can do this life and do it well and do it to its maximum, even though hard things are going to happen. I trust me. I trust how capable I am. I want to help return you back to that essential trust in you. I trust myself. I trust in myself. Write that down. Let's have you begin to start repeating that. I look forward to seeing you in part 3, where we discuss how to truly, radically trust in other people.